Hello there. A few weeks ago, I did a video about hacks, household hacks, which was really good. If you didn't see it, you might want to check it out because I'm telling you, these are hacks you never knew you needed, but you really do need it. But to the point, the most common comment about my makeup from that video was that my skin looked really glowy. What kind of makeup did you use? Tell us what the products are because I want glowy skin like that. Today, I'm going to be sharing my very best tips to get that natural glowing look for women over 50. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. I'm so glad you stopped by today. There's going to be some great information in this video that I'm excited to share with you. Before we get going, I just have a little commercial. We're having a party and you're invited. Mark your calendars for Saturday, September 13th from 5 to 7. We are holding a ladies' night out meet and greet in downtown Redmond, Oregon at the Swan Song Vintage shop. You guys have heard me talk about Suzanne. She's my friend here in town. She is a vintage expert and she has a vintage shop in downtown Redmond. We're going to have a fun girls' night party from 5 to 7. You got to be there. If you can, it's giveaways, prizes. We've got a couple of games. Most of the companies that I work with are starting to send in wonderful gifts for me to give away to you guys. It's really going to be a lot of fun. I'll have all the details listed in the description box down below. Don't miss it. Bring a girlfriend. And also, if you're on the email newsletter, I send out a Sunday morning email newsletter every Sunday morning. It's really, really popular. You can sign up in the link in the description box down below. I'll have the information there through the weeks until the party actually happens. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have great prizes. We're going to get to meet each other and chat it up and make new friends. I hope to see you there. So today we're talking about glowy skin on older women. I'm an older woman. I'm 68 and a half years old. Actually, I'm older than that. I'm just a few months from being 69. And as you look at my skin right now, all I have on is my skincare. But if you notice, what do you notice about my cheeks? They're kind of glowy. I don't have any makeup on. All I have on is my skincare. How did that happen? When you see someone with a glowy look on their complexion and they're a little bit older, it has a whole lot more to do than just with makeup. I could give you some makeup products and you could go out and buy them. I don't think it's actually going to give you the look that you're going for because there's a few things that go into creating a glowy complexion. And I have props. This is a knife from down in my kitchen, and what do you notice? Really reflective, really, really glowy. Now, what do you think that knife is going to look like in 60-something years? It's not going to look as reflective as it does now. Why? Because it's going to be exposed to the elements for decades, and it's also going to be nicked up and not as smooth as it is now. So this really reflective knife is going to look different 60 years from now. The same thing happens with our skin. When you're looking for a glow or a reflection, what you need to have is a very, very smooth surface. If you think about that knife and compare it to a wooden spoon, the knife is very reflective or glowy. The wooden spoon is not. Because the knife has a very, very smooth surface, the wooden spoon has a very grainy surface. And when you're talking about a glow or an illumination, what you're really looking at is the action of light reflecting. Light is going to reflect off a smooth surface much more dramatically than a surface that's not smooth. So when you look at my cheeks and you see that glow, what you know and what your eye reads is that that surface is very, very smooth. So you could take skin that has not been cared for in the right way, put a whole bunch of glowy makeup on it, and it's still not going to look the same as putting that same makeup on skin that has been taken care of in the right way. Stick with me here. This really is going to help you get that glowy look, and it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money. What happens as we grow older is our processes on our entire body get a little less efficient and they slow down. One of the processes that slows down on more mature skin is cell turnover. It just does. Your body's using the energy it has for other things. That slowing down of cell turnover really contributes to ruddy, thicker looking skin. It's just a natural process of aging. Did my skin always look this reflective without makeup on? No, not at all. As a matter of fact, if you want to see a really, really dramatic example, stop the video right now, go back over to my channel, scroll all the way down and look at my first few videos. You will see that the quality, the reflective quality, and just the illumination of my skin is so much different because I had decades of old, dead skin cell buildup on my face, and I didn't know it. As a matter of fact, when I first started my channel, and the whole point and purpose of my channel was to see if I could fix my skin, if I could get my skin to look better without fillers, without Botox, without lasers, just with at-home products and devices. That was what I was trying to figure out if it could be done. When I first started, I did everything wrong. I went out and bought a whole bunch of skincare, slapped it on my face, and that was exactly what I shouldn't have been doing because I had so much dead skin, old skin cells that hadn't turned over on my skin that none of that skincare got through because I almost had this mask of old dead skin cells. I know that sounds gross, but it just is what happens. So what I learned along the way is that you really do need to care for your skin so that you keep those skin cells turning over and you get that internal glow. Now I want you to take a second and think about a young, healthy baby and their little cheeks. Their cheeks look like they've been lit from within. They have very smooth skin, so that light is hitting that surface and bouncing off. And they also have very healthy, plump cells that are turning over really quickly, so the light actually penetrates into their skin and bounces back again, giving a different type of a reflection. It almost looks like an internal illumination. That's kind of what we're going for when we're looking for a glowy look on mature skin. My skin did not look like this when I started my channel a little over 5 years ago. It looks like this now because I have great skin? Naturally, no. Just because I've learned that there's some things that you can do to keep those skin cells turning over, to really keep your skin healthier so that it glows more, so it will absorb that light, bounce that light back out, and give the appearance of more youthful skin. One of the things I want to point out is, I have a ton of wrinkles. I have wrinkles, I've got the neck thing, I've got it all going on. But because my skin is smoother, the eye almost overlooks that and just focuses onto that glowy area. And that's another reason why having really good skin and a really good skincare regime as you're growing older can really help. It kind of softens the look of wrinkles and gives you more of a glowy complexion. Getting your skin to turn over, getting the cells healthy is really actually pretty easy, and it's pretty affordable. I'm going to go over the things that I do on my 68, almost 69-year-old skin to really keep it fresh. Probably first and foremost is the AHA BHA peeling solution. This is from The Ordinary. There's lots of peeling solutions out there. This is the one I like the most. This bottle, gosh, you guys, it's maybe $8 or $9. It's super affordable. I've had this bottle for, oh, probably almost a year because you just use so very little. What I do is in the evening, I try to do it once a week, twice a week would even be better. Am I perfect at that? No, I just do what I can. So this is the first step in really cleaning off those old dead skin cells so that the new fresh skin cells can come to the surface and start, it kind of kick-starts your skin to keep turning over more. This is super easy to use. I use it in the evening. I wash my face. I put this on all over my face and I go do something for 10-15 minutes. And then I wash it off, and on top of my skin in the evenings when I do that, I just put something really nourishing and really gentle on my skin. I don't do my full skincare routine. What I've been using recently is the C60 anti-gravity serum. C60 is probably one of the most powerful ingredients. It is the strongest antioxidant that we're aware of on the planet right now. So I'll just put a little bit of this all over my face and go to bed. And I'll get up in the morning and my skin just looks a little bit glowier, a little bit healthier, a little bit more vibrant. The other thing I do is I shave my face. If you have not shaved your face before and you're thinking, that's weird, Kimberly, what are you doing? This really does make a difference. And I have a couple of face shaving videos over on the channel. I'll have them linked below. One of the things that shaving your face does is, first of all, it gets off that little peach fuzz that's all over your face that really stops that light from reflecting off your skin. Think about hair and how light hits hair. It's different than when light hits a smooth surface. Not only does this get rid of the little peach fuzz, but it really helps to remove a lot of old dead skin. And you'll notice when you do this, and if you already are shaving your face, you know this already, is you'll see so much coming off your skin that you never knew was there. It's really quite amazing. These little things are called, I think they're called tinkle razors, and they're really affordable. You can get them off of Amazon. I'll have them linked below. Really, really valuable for keeping your skin smooth. And then the last thing I use, and by no means the least, this is the Urchin from Mesama, and it has this little silicone head with these little, I don't know, nubs on it. And I just keep this in my shower, and you turn it on back here, and it does red light, and it does vibration. I mean, the whole thing. It's really a cool little device. What I like about it, let me see if I can get it off, is I get in the shower, wet my face, put a little cleanser on, and I'll use this all over. It's a very, very gentle way to exfoliate your face. The charge lasts forever. I maybe charge this every week, week and a half. And then when I get in the shower, I just use that. And that's going to help remove those old dead skin cells. Getting your skin into a healthy condition where you have clean, fresh skin cells showing up on the surface of your skin is more important than the makeup. Because as you can see, I have no makeup on right now. I just have my skincare. I have some moisturizer on, and look at the glow of my skin. It's from those things I do to keep my skin really fresh, clear of old dead skin cells, and really, really smooth. If you are still confused about the whole skincare thing, and I don't blame you, it's not an easy topic. I've spent 5 years kind of learning what really works. There are 2 things I can suggest for you. First of all, over on my channel, I have hundreds of videos, and I have all kinds of videos that walk you through skincare, how to use it, what it does, how to do it really, really affordably. There's a wealth of information over there. I also have a skincare class that you can sign up for, and it has the exact same information as those videos over on YouTube, but it's just condensed up into short little step-by-step lessons. This is where you start. This is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. It's the same information. There's nothing in the skincare class that's not over on YouTube. It's just packaged up to make it super efficient and super, super easy to understand. In addition, I have a PDF with all my favorite products, and I have a bonus video at the end with an hour-long makeup class where I walk through all the tips and tricks to be able to work with all this wrinkly, crinkly stuff that we end up when we're older. So it's just going to depend on works best for you, whether you want to go over to the channel and go through the videos, or if you just say package it up and send it to me. I'm a package it up and send it to me gal because I don't have time, but everybody's different. The class will be listed down below, or you can just go over to the channel and work through the video. We kind of covered skincare and why you want your skin to be really hydrated, really smooth, have good products on board, and also good cell turnover. Now that you've got that foundation, it becomes pretty doggone easy to put together a very natural, very, very glowy look. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to show you what I put on for that video. You can take away whatever you don't like or doesn't work in your routine, or you can add on. Personally, lately, I just haven't been wearing much makeup. And the look I'm going to show you today is kind of my made up look where I'm going out and about. Like when I'm doing my thrifting videos or this and that, I don't do the whole mascara, the whole makeup thing, the whole contour. I just don't anymore. That's a pretty rare thing. So I'm going to walk you through the whole process now. You're going to be surprised at how easy it is. Where I'm going to start is putting some highlights on my skin. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Flawless Filter. I've had this forever. It's still probably a third full. It really is. And you're probably wondering now, Kimberly, why are you using a highlighter before you have any makeup on your skin? Here's an important thing. We're going to go back to light and reflecting light. I'm going to put some of this highlighter on the high points of my face. The points in my face where I want that light to be reflecting off. Why am I doing it now? Because it's going to reflect light differently from underneath my makeup than it's going to reflect when it's on top of my makeup. And what we're looking for is we're looking for a lot of different light illumination. So if we can get a glow that looks like it's coming from within and a glow that looks like it's hitting on the surface of our skin, it's just going to fool the eye into thinking that that is more youthful, healthier skin. So I am looking for lots of different reflecting light when I'm doing my makeup. So I'm just going to tap this in. I don't have to be perfect because this is what's going to be under the rest of my makeup. So I'm going to kind of let that fade in. You don't have to put it on the end of your nose. I don't know why I do. I just do. I'm sure that irritates a lot of people, but I just do it. Next, I'm just going to take the Jones Road brow pencil and just really quickly fill in my brows. And this is pretty much all I'm going to do for my brows today because, again, this is just a really quick light makeup look. Little eyebrow brush here, and I'm just going to brush that through and kind of blend it in. Now I'm going to go in with the Catrice Under Eye Brightener, and this is another glowy product. What we're looking for is a lot of different types of light. So this is going to help that under eye area. So I'm going to get a little bit on my finger, and I'm just going to pounce that underneath my eye. And I want you to look at the difference of that eye and that eye. You can see that this one, the dark circle is a little softened, and we've got just a little bit of glow. And all those different types of glow, your eye really picks up on that. And we read that as fresh, as healthy, as more youthful. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of concealer. This is the Maybelline Eraser. This is an OG product, super affordable. And I'm just going to put a little bit under each eye and tap that in with my finger. Again, this is a look that you don't have to be, really precise with, because it really is just about enhancing your skin. And I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. See where my glasses have indented my nose? Maybe you have that too. I'm just going to put a little bit right there. So now I have prepped my skin. I've got glow going on here. I've got a little bit of glow going underneath my eyes. I have it on my brow bone, which is a really great place to reflect light because it's one of the highest points of your face. And so when the light comes in, it's going to hit that. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the L'Oreal. This is the Lumi Le Glow tint. I really do like this. However, I use it very, very sparingly. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. You can see it right there. And then this is going to go on my cheeks, around the bottom of my face. Where I'm not going to put it is on my nose. The reason I don't put this on my nose is I get polka dot pores when I put it on my nose, and I don't like that. I'm not sure if you would, but because I had very oily skin and acne when I was younger, my pores on my nose are a little bit bigger, and I really have to watch out for that. So if that's an issue for you, you might want to check it and see if it gives you polka dot pores. It does for me, so I just avoid my nose. Now with what's left on the back of my hand, you can see that right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rub my hands together because that's going to even out the tone on my hands and give them just a little bit of glow, and it's going to look really pretty. So you can see we've evened out the skin tone. We have that glow underneath the skin tint, and we have a little bit of glow from that product. Next up, I'm going to use a boomstick for my blush. In my world, the boomsticks are what Jones Road tried to be. These are so handy. They're so hydrating. I just love them. So I'm going to put a little bit over here and a little bit over here. And I am mostly wearing cream makeup products now on my skin. So I'm just going to tap that in. And watch what I do. See, I've just got a little bit on my fingers. I'm just going to tap that on top of my nose. And what that does is that gives your eye a clue that you've been out in the sun, and it just looks a little healthier. It's not something that you actually notice, but your eye just picks it up and kind of collects all that information with the light glowing off your skin, and you have a little warm tone on your nose, and it just kind of says, healthy, been out in the sun, that sort of thing. So look at how pretty that blush looks. And that's going to continue to settle into the skin. I'm going to take another boomstick now. This is their glow stick. I'll have all these listed down below. And it looks a little purple-ish in the tube. And then I'm going to go again to the high points on my face, exactly where I used that Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm just going to hit that over the same areas. Now, why am I doing that? Because the glow from underneath that skin tint is going to look different. It's going to reflect light differently than the glow of that stick. So I've got a few glows going on right now, which gives just a more richer, deeper, reflective quality to your skin. Can you see that? It's really pretty powerful. Now I'm going to use just a little bit of a cream eyeshadow. Why am I doing that? Because if you notice my lids, I've got veining and discoloration on my lids now because I'm an older woman. My lids did not used to look like that. They look like that now. I want to have a very natural look. This is kind of blowing the whole thing because my skin looks sort of evened out, but my eyelids are giving me away. This is a Trini London eyeshadow. It's called Mystery, and it looks dark in the container, but when you put it on your eyes, it's different. And I want you to watch. So I'm just going to tap this over my eyelid really quickly and really gently. And what it creates is almost just a really, really subtle filter on my eyelid. Can you see that? It's covered up all those little veins and the little doodads and given my eyelids just sort of a pretty reflective quality. So I'm going to put this on the other side now. I've addressed those eyelid doodads in a really quick way, in a way that looks very, very natural. This will continue to absorb into my skin and just kind of blend in and look really, really pretty. It's super easy. It doesn't really look like you've got a lot of makeup on, but it does look like you've got kind of pretty glow on your eyelid. The next thing I'm going to do is curl my eyelashes. This is the Refer eyelash curler, best eyelash curler on the planet. I have said that so many times and it's so true. So look at the difference just from curling my eyelashes. Look at how much more open my eye looks. Compare this to this. So that's how curling your eyelashes is a really quick way to make you look more awake. Now I'm going to just tightline really quickly. This is, what is this? I think it's the Revlon. Oh yes, the Revlon Color Stay eyeliner. This is the one that I find really kind of stays on. So I'm just going to really quickly run that at the base of my lashes. And when I do it, what I'm really aiming for is just to fill in between each lash. I'm just going to finish up with a quick dusting of the Hourglass. This is Dim Light. It's a finishing powder. I have a lot of cream products going on my skin right now. This is going to soak into those cream products, set everything down, give me even a little bit more glow, and finish off the whole thing. And if you watch, I'm going to put this all over my face because it's like a filter over your entire face. And that's what I want. I want to pull everything together with that overall filter so it all looks like one cohesive, I don't know, face. That sounds silly, but it's true. So I'm just really lightly so there we have a very easy, very affordable, very glowy look on a 68-and-a-half-year-old face. Now I'm just going to finish up with a little lip gloss. This is from City Beauty. What is this called? Hang on. I can't read it. This is called South Peach. It's a newer color. It's my favorite right now. It's the perfect purse color because, you know, after you eat lunch and you just want to get some hydration back on your lips, you can pull this out of your purse and put it on your lips and you don't have to be perfect. But it gives just a nice, pretty, natural look on the lips. Here we have the finished look. I hope you enjoyed that. Once you realize that when you're looking for the glowy look, you need to start with the right kind of surface. Everything gets easier. I'll have everything that I talked about today, including a link for the skincare class if you're interested, in the description box down below. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments and I'll try to get back to you on that. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.